Hey everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So it's truly the end of an era. Obviously, it's kind of something that we've all pretty much knew was going to be probably happening. But now we've got some actual confirmation from an unlikely source, believe it or not, that we are probably never going to get any more Stan Lee cameos. Of course, Stan Lee passed away a few years ago at the old age of 98 years old. And so we all kind of assumed that that was probably going to be the case at some point. But now it appears to be official. So let's go over here and check out this article from InsideTheMagic.net. Marvel Studios officially ends Stan Lee cameos in the MCU. Marvel's legendary linchpin, creative mastermind, the late Stan Lee, appeared in every Marvel Cinematic Universe film from Iron Man 2008 through Avengers Infinity War 2018 and Avengers Endgame 2019 for a total of 22 scene-stealing cameos in the MCU. That's absolutely incredible for the legendary creator here. Stan Lee's cameo in Endgame, featuring a digitally de-aged Stan Lee, and his previous one in Captain Marvel 2019 were his final appearances committed to film prior to the former Marvel Comics editor's death in 2018 at the age of 98. For Marvel fans wondering if the Marvel Cinematic Universe would continue to utilize Stan Lee's digital likeness or voice for future cameos, or if we'd see Stan Lee's final cameo, it looks like the answer is now a matter of policy at Marvel Studios. There will be no more ever again. Sadly, this is a sad day in the world of comics. Stan Lee not only appeared in his epic run of cameos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, but in most of Sony Pictures and Fox Studios Marvel movies as well. Stan the Man did it all. Some scenes called for Stan Lee's trademark levity, as in Avengers Age of Ultron, when Lee's character is carried away muttering Excelsior after imbibing the mighty liquor of Thor while Captain America Chris Evans looked on, or his memorable misnomer in Captain America Civil War when he delivers a package to Iron Man, played by Robert Downey Jr., by calling him Tony Stank. Other Marvel movie cameo appearances required a little gravitas, as in his Spider-Man 3 2007 cameo, where Lee offers some perspective to Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, saying, "I guess one person really can make a difference." Enough said. And then he walks off. But Stan Lee always understood the assignment and electrified Marvel fans regardless. Confirmation of Marvel's new policy on using Stan Lee's likeness for cameos posthumously in new projects has come from an unlikely source. Al Jean, the Simpsons' long-tenured showrunner. Jean revealed to Comic Book in an exclusive interview that his request to use Lee's pre-recorded voice from years earlier to include in the recent Disney Plus animated show that was a Simpsons Marvel crossover, The Good, the Bart, and the Loki, was rebuffed by Marvel Studios. Al Jean understood the policy of the studio led by Kevin Feige, explaining, quote, "We just thought, we have Stan Lee audio from when he was on our show. Could we cameo him in this thing?" And they said that their policy is that he doesn't cameo now that he's passed away, which is a completely understandable policy. That was their only note, and that was, of course, easily done. Believe me, I respect that these franchises have a great power beyond ours. I respect it, quote unquote. The Simpsons short features the voice of Loki star Tom Hiddleston alongside the former Fox property's stalwart cast Dan Castellaneta. I wish people had easier pronouncing names, that's for sure. He plays Homer Simpson, Nancy Cartwright as Bart Simpson, and Yeardley Smith as Lisa Simpson. In May of this year, Marvel used a recording of Stan Lee's voice to narrate their Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4 sizzle reel. Marvel Studios celebrates the movies. In a short video that features references to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Captain Marvel, the Marvels, Eternals, and Black Widow, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. While this use of Stan Lee's voice was quite intentional and respectful, and certainly not a cameo, it may be the last time we hear Stan Lee's voice on new Marvel content. I doubt that. We'll probably hear it in some sort of video like this at some point or another, but cameos is probably not going to be the case. The latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Black Widow, starring Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff, in keeping with the new policy, does not have a Stan Lee cameo in it. So yeah, unfortunately, it sounds like, this is the end of the, famous Stan Lee cameo. And of course, any Marvel comic movie or any just Marvel comic fan in general loves Stan Lee. we loved his cameos just as much, if not more. And they were a lot of fun. We always, cracked a smile and laughed a little bit when we saw him. So it was really cool that he was able to put his stamp on some of his most beloved characters when they finally hit the big mainstream popularity that they did. Now, of course, comic books have been popular for a long time, but it wasn't until, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the X-Men franchise, things like that really started popping up here, Christopher Reeve's Superman, where they really started to hit a fever pitch when it comes to audiences, and audiences still to this day are enjoying these movies wholeheartedly. And we cannot wait for the next installment. It says Black Widow just came out this weekend, so I mean we're all thankful and grateful for everything that Stan Lee put in with his life. His life's work basically is what these characters were, and we are all getting to enjoy them now. And I'm glad to see that he got to see the fruits of his labor all those years, and he was such a humble, nice dude, and just it just seemed like a very thankful guy that he got to live out his dream and got to be able to share it with the world and enjoy watching what his creation did to the fans who love every single one of these characters that he created. So I'm glad he got to experience all that before he passed. And I understand it from Marvel's perspective. You want to keep, you honor him at the same time. You don't want to, dishonor him by continuing to do that, or things like that, which I don't think he would consider it a disservice or anything like that. But I understand they want to respect him, much like they're going to probably respect Chadwick Boseman when it comes to Black Panther Wakanda Forever. They're going to pay homage to him, I'm sure, but they're also not going to CGI him or, replace him, things like that. They want to be respectful as much as possible, and I definitely respect the studio for doing just that. But the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think about the unfortunate news that we are never going to see another Stan Lee cameo in the MCU? It's awful hard for me to say that, but that's the reality, unfortunately. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see maybe, Deadpool appear in some cameos instead, maybe in his place? That'd be a cool little way to bring in Deadpool in some of these movies that he really isn't starring in, and it's kind of something that the character did in the comics. Do you think that'd be a cool idea, or do you just think it's best to kind of just leave the cameo thing aside and just focus on the story? Comment down below, let me know, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.
Target.